Here I am at the processing facility. This is, you can see we're pretty close to the water here. Just down that way is where the dock is, so that's where the seaweed would get offloaded and brought up on a truck. So I'm just walking into the loading area here. So you can see decent size loading bay. Can fit quite a few trucks here. Dock again down that way. Trucks can just back up here and offload with the forklift and into the garage door. So I'll go in the entrance this way here. So here's the office. We'll come back to this and I'll show you around a little bit. This is there's a lunchroom here and bathrooms back there. And here we are. This is the rotating forklift we just got on auction. She's a little bit beat up, but we'll do the trick. And here's the other side of the garage door. So it's broken. Working on getting that fixed up. So I'll just show you some of the piping runs that they had going on here previously. Take you over to kind of the middle of the room and look up here. So there are these tracking systems, and there's electrical cable. You can see is all the black wiring in the track. Below the white piping, that's all fresh water. The green metal piping is compressed air, and the orange piping used to run hydraulics. So you can see on this wall, this is where we propose to line up all the tanks and equipment. And the reason being is that it's close to the drain trench. So fairly wide, deep trench there that runs the length of the building. Another benefit here is there's fresh water that we can tie into. I'm not going to open this all the way, but just to give you a sense of the flow rate, we can, there's a tremendous amount of water in this plant. And another real great benefit is that they've already run quite a few electrical circuits out here, and you can see all the plugs hanging down that we can tie into. Now all the plugs are doubled up, so each pair has a 480 volt 3-phase and a 240 volt 3-phase plug. There's some ventilation there. So that gives you an idea of the space. I believe I measured from the floor to the bottom of the electrical track there was about 14 feet. So you can see there's lots of ceiling height in this space. We're splitting this facility with another tenant. So right on this line here is kind of where we're dividing the space, right here. So everything you can see kind of that way is designated for us. It's about 6,400 square feet in this area. So just show you the electrical track. It kind of feeds this main wall and then splits off to feed the other side here. So we'll follow the wires here. I'll take you to the electrical room. This is another loading door. So I think we have a similar video that we shared before this room, but this is the electrical room here. So over here, this is the main switchboard. That's 600 volt, 3-phase. You can see it's a 1600 amp max, so that's where I got roughly 1 megawatt of power. You can see right now it's just drawing 81 amps. It's running a freezer that our other tenant has, and it feeds several sub panels. You can see them on the wall here. These two are wired up as 120 or 208 volt. They're mostly used up. Our other tenant put this is another panel at 480 volt, 3-phase, and you can see that it's pretty much wide open. But this is the main motor control cabinet. And you can see there's a 480 volt transformer there. I'll just back up so you can see the entire MCC. And it's got, you know, a large number of circuits. And you can see just one of them is in use here. That's for the freezer I was describing. And my understanding is that each of those boards or each of those circuits has a just looking for a fuse here. Oh, here they are. So it has a fuse behind it, looks kind of like this. So you can see this one's a 600 volt, 150 amp, but that's sort of what is back there. And then I saw your question about the what kind of cables we typically run in Canada. So this is what I was describing as tech cable. And you can see it's flexible, comes in all shapes and sizes. And maybe you can see here, but it's got kind of an aluminum casing that's flexible and then a plastic jacket around it. So that's pretty standard in Canada. You can use it for direct burial. There's another image of the larger size, larger gauge, 600 volt rating. There's another transformer here as well that was wired up, I believe, for a backup generator. It was just never installed yet, so it'd be nice to get that up and running as well. So I'll take you back to the main processing area. There's their freezer that I was describing. I'm just gonna walk over to the utility room. Not sure why there's a swimming pool here, but part of the previous fish plant operation. So this room, pardon the mess, but this is the utility room, and you can sort of see maybe this side's better. This is where the fresh water comes in. So that's the main shutoff there, and it splits off a few different directions. Goes through this 8-inch pipe up into the facility. You can also see here there's the air compressor I was describing, tied to the metal green plumbing, and a hydraulic power pack tied into the orange lines. So I'll just take you back to our space. I should shut that door. I'm just going to show you the office. All the drain trenches are tied into a sump that's outside. You can see right there, that's the That's the panel for controlling the sump pumps. Nice big tank that we might be able to use if we want to start thinking about reclaiming fresh water. I'll just show you the office. So nice view of the production floor from the office, which I really quite like. There's access to the upstairs. That's the tenants area. And I was thinking, maybe if I can give you a better shot, back up here. I was thinking where this cabinet is could be a pretty prime spot for the controller and cabinet. Either on this wall, which is okay. I mean, it's visible from outdoors, so maybe a security risk there. Alternatively, we could potentially tuck it into this space underneath the stairs. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see with that angle. Just underneath the staircase here. And you can see there's a security system here, and the landlord has run all the wiring up into the stairs, and then it splits off and feeds several cameras. So we could probably run the control wires in a similar fashion. This cabinet is just full of trash, so we can move it. You were asking as well about the temperature of the fresh water here. So I'll just get this going. So about 9 degrees. I assume that fluctuates a bit throughout the year, but it'll be pretty cool year round. Oh, it's creeping up. Hang on. Oh, more like 11 degrees. So yeah, 9 to 11 degrees. And that's the processing facility. So let me know if you guys have any more questions, and I can take more photos as needed.